Y2K, which stands for year 2000, is a particular vibe that was popular in late 90s and early 2000s. Now, that vibe has made a sharp comeback in fashion. For more, we're joined by Miss Alexandra Feiam. She's a fashion writer from the TrendSpotter. Welcome to the program.
Hi, lovely to talk with you.
Sure. Let's first talk about the Y2K trend itself. What is Y2K fashion? I mean, what are some notable characteristics of this particular fashion style?
Yeah, so when you think of Y2K fashion, you probably think of metallics, the Matrix, but there's also a lot of pink, girly girl sort of trends, butterflies, hair clips, micro mini skirts, low-rise pants, everything that you saw Britney Spears wear or Christina Aguilera, TLC, that's exactly what's back in fashion today.
Right. Low-rise pants are one of the items that caught my eyes. It's quite interesting. But why do you think many members of younger generations, specifically MZ generation globally, are turning to this Y2K fashion? Why do you think so?
Well, it's interesting. I believe that most of it is driven by nostalgia. So when people that were born in the mid-90s to early 2000s, they were often too young to wear the clothes that they saw on TV and in music videos. So now they're older, and trends like this are cyclical. So they do come back every 20 to 30 years. And now this trend is coming back. They have the chance to finally wear it and reclaim it as their own. We do have a lot of political similarities between now and the 2000s as well. So I think that what young people are doing is they see what was fashionable then, they are owning it, and they are creating a new narrative for it as well.
Right, being more creative with fashion, with I guess nostalgia included. Now, fashion trends, like you said, come and go all the time. I mean, but do you think this Y2K fashion trend will stick around? If so, how long do you think it'll actually last?
Yeah, well, as I mentioned before, these trends are cyclical, so we do see a lot of them coming back after 20 to 30 years. So 10 years ago, we saw a lot of 90s fashion coming back, which a lot of it has stayed around today. So I think that some trends that we see today will have some staying power, but I can expect a few to go away. So I'm not sure if low-rise pants are going to be around as long as maybe some people hope. I think some people will be very happy with that, but others will stay as well. You'll see a lot more middle parts, and I think mini skirts and maxi skirts will stay around for a long time. So I think it also depends on how people embrace it. If it's a trend that people really love, it'll just stay around. It doesn't matter what people are told to wear. I also think that with tech, now that we have so much information everywhere, we're almost entering an anti-trend era. So people are no longer being dictated to what is cool, what makes them feel good, and it's all about expressing yourself as an individual. So while some trends will stay, I think some will go as well.
Right. Well, now speaking of coming around and going around and coming back and all, what do you think, what trend in fashion do you expect to come next? You're an expert here.
Well, as it is cyclical, I can expect to see a lot of 2010s fashion coming back. So hopefully no moustaches or owls or anything that we saw in 2010, but I can expect to see a lot of French influences again. A lot of 1950s clothes will be coming back as well, and even some 60s fashion with the space age. So yeah, I can expect to see the next generation coming through, taking cues from 2010 and maybe even 2015. I think that technology has really pushed forward this idea of just trying things that make you feel good, and it doesn't really matter what era it's from. If it makes you feel good, people will wear it.
Right. Sometimes it feels so hard to catch up on those fashion trends. I mean, I have to go shopping every season.
Yes, yes, I think that is something that many people can relate to.
Right.
And yes, it can be a bit of a problem in terms of the environment, but it is ultimately about self-expression, which is a very important thing, especially in such an overcrowded world online. You really want to stand out.
Right. It's fun to play around anyway.
Oh, absolutely. I think that trying out new styles and experimenting with who you are and finding something that makes you feel really proud of yourself, that's the most important thing. So yeah, I think that if you love low-rise jeans and butterfly clips, then you should wear them until you don't want to wear them anymore. Don't listen to what people tell you to wear.
Right. All right. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thank you very much for having me.